All right, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is. Welcome to Mental Health Mondays with me, Kelli Smith, licensed professional counselor. And this is The Conscious Mind. Thank you all for tuning in today. Today, we are going to get down into business, okay? Today, we are talking about cognitive distortions. So if you know what that is, comment down below. I'd love to see your responses. For those of y'all, if this is your first time tuning in, thank you all for watching. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button right now. When you're finished with the video, head on over to our website, check out all the wonderful services and products. Okay, so cognitive distortions. What are they? Okay. These are thinking patterns, basically, but they are presented with maladaptive behaviors, okay? So remember, they're thinking patterns, cognitive, just with the brain, thinking patterns, maladaptive behaviors. So before we can break these, let's figure out some of the 10 most common ones, okay? So the first one is all or nothing thinking. You see things in black and white. It either is or it isn't, okay? If you're a perfectionist and you want things done a certain way, it's either done correctly or it's incorrectly. That's all or nothing thinking. The second one, overgeneralization. Everything that happens, whatever it is tied with the words always, never, or never, okay? For example, a depressed salesman became terribly upset when he noticed a bird dung, y'all know what that is, on the windshield of his car, and he told himself, it's just my luck. Birds are always crapping on my car. Are they really always, like every single day? Or does it just so happen that this bird did it today? That's overgeneralization, okay? Third, mental filter. Pick out one single event, one single negative detail, and dwell on it exclusively, okay? Say you're at a party, having fun, okay? DJ cuts off your favorite song. Y'all know that little scratch sound? But then he switches to another song. Instead of saying you had a great time at the party, you focus on that one negative event that happened of the DJ stopping your favorite song, and now it's the worst party ever. And that's all you talk about. That's a mental filter. You've literally blocked out everything else, okay? The fourth thing is discounting the positive. Kind of sort of like the mental filter, where you reject any type of positive experience, okay? If you've passed the test, instead of focusing on the fact that you passed the test, you focus on that you didn't score high enough or to your standards, or that you didn't feel like you got the grade you deserve. So you discount the positive that you've actually passed the test, okay? Number 5, jumping to conclusions. This is a big one because we're going to break this one down really quick. You interpret things very negatively, okay? And there's no facts to support the conclusion. You've jumped to a conclusion, okay? And ways that people jump to conclusions, mind reading and fortune telling, okay? So without checking it out, you conclude that someone's automatically thinking negative of you, or they're automatically reacting negatively towards you. You're trying to read their mind. It's not possible. And fortune telling, you're predicting that things will turn out bad. Okay, so before you even get to that party, you already know you're not going to have a good time. You're fortune telling. Number 6, magnification. You exaggerate the importance of your problems and you just blow it up and make it bigger. What's the purpose of a magnifier? It's to make something appear larger. That's what magnification is, okay? Number 7, emotional reasoning. Whew, this one, okay? You're going to assume that your negative emotions necessarily reflect the way things really are, Okay. I feel terrified to fly in airplanes, so it must be very dangerous to fly. Or I feel guilty. I must be a rotten person. Emotional reasoning. And there's not always concrete evidence to support these thoughts, which is why they're cognitive distortions. All right. Is that enough? Should we keep going? Hit that like button, subscribe so we keep going. Number 8, this is a big one because everyone does this at some point in their life without even realizing it. Okay. The shoulds. These are absolutes, kind of similar to the all or nothing thinking, but the should statements are directed against yourself and they usually lead to guilt or frustration. For example, he shouldn't be so stubborn or argumentative. Okay. I shouldn't eat that donut. Why not? Okay. The shoulds create this vortex, okay, in a way, or create this system to where everything is difficult. It really makes everything difficult. It really puts an absolute on everything and everyone and puts pressure on yourself or others to live up to certain standards. Is that really fair to others? No. Number 9, okay, labeling. Whew. Labeling is the extreme form of all or nothing thinking, okay? So instead of saying, I made a mistake, you attach a negative label to yourself. I'm a loser. Well, just because you made one mistake, you're a loser? That's a label, okay? A lot of times we get labeled a lot by others, or we think we're getting labeled, okay? So let's look at maybe some other labels. He's an SOB. I'm a jerk. You know, she's rude. She's a horrible person. Those are all labels. Is she really a horrible person? Or did she just tell you no because she didn't want to give in to your temper tantrum? Let's see. And finally, number 10. Drum roll. Is this really a drum roll? No, because these are cognitive distortions. These are thinking patterns, and we want to break the cycle of these, okay? Number 10, personalization and blame. Raise your hand if you've ever been blamed for anything in your life. It's a big number, okay? Personalization occurs when you hold yourself personally responsible for an event that isn't entirely under your control. Is it your fault that it rained at the party? But you feel like because you selected the day of the party, that it's your fault that it rained. Do you control the weather? I sure don't. So that's how personalization works. Okay. And blaming, well, what's your guess? Blaming is something we probably heard forever. Okay. Blame usually doesn't work out very well because other people will resent being scapegoated. So Johnny chose the date of the party. Johnny chose to have the party outside. It's Johnny's fault that the party was ruined because it rained. Is it? Is it really Johnny's fault? Did he bring the rain? No, he didn't. But Johnny's getting the blame and he becomes the scapegoat. So you can see how these patterns of distortions really affect a person's life and can affect your relationships with others, okay? So really want y'all to really think about that, okay? How many times have you used a cognitive distortion? How did it turn out for you? Was it helpful? Was it hurtful? Are you just not sure? Okay. Great way to start you off in breaking the cycle of cognitive distortions. Okay. Obviously, talk to a therapist. Book your 30-minute wellness consultation and get on the path to breaking the cycle of cognitive distortions. Do we have to use a should every time? Do we always have to personalize or overgeneralize every time? Let's find some healthier ways to work on this. Okay. So cognitive distortions, that's what we're talking about, mental health Mondays. So my assignment for you is to go back over maybe the last week or so, couple weeks, or look at some events that really stand out to you, whether it worked out well or it didn't. And I want you to write down any cognitive distortions you can recognize, or better yet, your responses to any situation. Okay. And once you book your wellness consultation with me, or you book your individual therapy session, we can dive deep into these cognitive distortions, see which ones are really, really affecting you, and start setting the game plan. We're all about game changing at the Conscious Mind. We're all about taking what was, if you watch Friday Expressions, leaving the past behind us and moving forward. That's what we want to do, okay? Leave the past, leave our old patterns and ways of thinking, and move forward, okay? Great way to start off with that. Book your wellness consultation. So, how do we break these cycles? I'm going to start you off. Already giving you the first part. Write down any events, conversations, situations that stick out to you, okay? List as many details from start to finish, the outcome, everything. List all of it. Then you may have to go back and replay this video to pick out which cognitive distortions you can pick out. And if you can pick out even just one, it's time to make that call, okay? Definitely head over to the website, www.theconsciousmindllc.com. I will post a link in the bio for you just to make it a little bit easier for you. But guys, don't wait, okay? Do not wait to get rid of the cognitive distortions, to let them go, okay? The past is the past. We can't change it, but we can move forward, and we can learn healthy strategies and tips and tools to get you on the path to living a cognitively distorted free life. I actually just made that up, but I like the way it sounds. A cognitively distorted free life, okay? Put things in proportion, put things into perspective. That's what we want to do. So today we're going to end today's Mental Health Monday. That was your homework, your motivation. That's what I want you working on. Hit the button to like and subscribe below, okay? And make sure you share the video with 10 other people. You never know who's got cognitive distortions that they're hiding and they're just not talking about. And it's okay that they don't share it with you, but you want them to share it with, you guessed it, the therapist, everyone's favorite therapist at the Conscious Mind. So here's our breathing. Ready? Remember what we said, leaving the past behind us and moving forward. That's what we're doing. So we're going to take a deep breath as our hands go back behind us. And when we breathe out, we're going to push forward. Okay? 3 times. Here we go. Good job. Let's get a bigger breath. Awesome. One more. Great job. Pat yourselves on the back. Good job. Thank you all for tuning in so much today. Remember the distortions, and remember we want to work to get rid of them. We want to take our patterns of thinking, reshape them, reframe them, and mold them, because we want to make a change. And the first way to make a change is to start with you. Okay, so that's your homework. And I will see you all on Friday. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.